Hi, this is Ethan from the Antagonist art movement, and tonight I'm having a book release party for my new novel, Barstool Prophets. A little book I wrote about my years of working as a bar. So hopefully people will show up and maybe someone will actually buy a book.
Thank you for my new book, Barstool Prophets. It tells the story of a little bartender in this neighborhood for the past 20, 15 years. So instead of me reading a few parts, I'm going to have the people who actually worked on this book, who made it what it is, do a little bit of the reading tonight.
Yeah!
First, we're going to start with Melissa, who compiled all of the notes from all the different editors from London, from DC, from New York, and made the book shine.
This is from a Psychomoto fanzine that Ethan did. He used to write these back in the day. And this is bar etiquette. So pay attention and memorize all of these. This is for the socially misguided, the novice drinkers, the slow learners, and the dipshits of all sizes. Follow the rules, for if you don't, your bartender, that would be me, will be inclined to underpour, overcharge, and make you wait. Remember, it's our job to know everyone, and we never forget the jerks. So be courteous, polite, and patient, and tip well.
Yeah.
If you're double fisting, you don't look cool. You just look like the king of drunks. Don't light your cigarette off a candle. Superstition says that a sailor drowned when lighting a cigarette off a candle. But I don't give a fuck about superstition or about sailors. I just don't like relighting candles. Just ask for a match, motherfucker. Don't ask for a buyback or expect one. Only good tippers get free drinks. If you ask for a drink, you are lower than the bum who sits outside the bar begging for cigarettes. If you don't have the funds, get a six-pack and stay home, you pathetic fuck.
The guy was big and covered in tattoos. The artwork reached up to his neck and almost swallowed his face.
So Dan, right over here, the gentleman with the weird knit hat and was the art director for this book. He did the cover art, he did the inside art, and he selected the pieces that went throughout. He is going to read a part that is probably going to bum you out, but then we're going to have a funny part after that.
Even if normal was abnormal. I thought of the firemen who used to come in on Mondays. I knew they were dead, along with a fair amount of the weekend crowd. The suit and tie crowd I hated so much, I didn't realize how many of my customers worked in those buildings. An Asian man walked in. He had a bleak look. I bought him his first drink. He told me he was a cop with the Port Authority. He had a thick New York accent. My friend Martin is a cop out of Queens. He was part of the first wave to arrive at the scene, doing his best to rush people away from the tower. Those trapped above the flames leapt to their deaths, bodies bouncing off the pavement. The news reported a dozen, but my friend witnessed upwards of 150. You can't imagine the sound it makes. Anyway, the second building came down, and my friend was knocked unconscious and evacuated to New Jersey via the ferry at Battery City Park. He was presumed dead. Takes a sip of his beer. People unloaded their stories like they were trying to brush the soot and ash off their clothes and onto me, and I was expected to take it all and say, it's okay, but I couldn't take it all. I had my own. What we all needed was someone untouched, someone clean and pure, who wasn't suffocating on his own story. In New York at the time, such a person didn't exist, and anyone outside of New York could have never understand.
My first job was at Sensations, a sex store we just called The Shop. What is this? She pointed to a big black rubber fist. It's a butt plug, I said hastily. What do you do with it? I actually knew this one. It has a rubber suction cup on the bottom. You stick to the floor and sit on it. Doesn't it hurt? I narrowed my eyes at him. I never tried it. In the end, he chose the leg shackles and a paddle with the leather mats. The rabbis always go for the S&M stuff, Mary Jane said after he was gone.
So the butt plug in that story she's talking about, Dan did an illustration of which you can see right over there. The art on the walls is all related to the theme of debauchery in bars.
Okay, tell me what you think about the book.
Awesome.
Come on.
Oh, come on, leave me alone.
Come on.
Come on. I was not in the mood. You're a dick.
Bye.